Hello boys, and welcome back to another Warframe Riven guide teaching you how to make platinum from an experienced Riven dealer such as myself. In this video I'm going to be teaching you exactly all the fundamentals of trade chat, how to negotiate really well and win over bargaining leverage over people that you're trying to buy Rivens or sell Rivens to. Anyway, without further ado, hope you enjoy the video. Let's get right into it. Right guys, so I'm seeing that everyone's really enjoying these videos, so get your friends to subscribe, leave a like, comment and subscribe if you like them. I really appreciate it. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the basics of trade chat. So basically, this is trade chat. This is where people buy, sell, or do whatever they want to do, like trade Rivens, prime parts, ephemeras, all sorts of stuff in the game Warframe. It's very, very useful. It's a fundamental part of the game. Here's my first tip for you guys, right? You see the size of trade chat. Most people that are watching this video most likely have their trade chat like this because it looks nicer. You can see all your Warframes better and stuff like that. You see all these people's beautiful fashion frames, but realistically, that is not the size that you want to have your trade chat at. You want to have it as big as possible, as you're going to have. Here you have like what, like 30 Rivens. You can see like loads and loads of Rivens here, but if you have it really small, you can literally only see a certain number of Rivens, so you want it as big as possible. That's my first tip for you guys, right? Also, there is the filter section here. A lot of people use want to sell, for example. If you put in the term want to sell up here, it's really simple. You will only see people wanting to sell stuff such as me right here. And as you can see, other people will only see stuff that wants to sell. Oh, thank you. But yeah, it works exactly the same with want to buy. You will only see people wanting to buy Rivens and prime parts and stuff. So those two work really useful. If you want to use filters for trade chat, people often will do like critter. They'll put critter, they'll put acri, cron, or stuff like that. Just, you know, like the top tier Riven prefixes and suffixes. By the way, if you want to learn about prefixes and suffixes for Rivens, then go and check out my last video. It's really useful for finding out all the useful information about that. You're going to find out what the best Riven names are and everything. But in this video, yeah, you can see I'm only going to see stuff with that kind of stuff in it. So only with critter and stuff like that. Critter talks, and yeah, that's very useful if you want to use that. The filter section of trade chat is very useful. I'm also in Maru's Bazaar, which is like a whole nother trade chat. There's pretty much 4 main places to trade Rivens. There's Riven.market, Warframe market auctions, trade chat, and Maru's Bazaar. Those are the 4 main places you want to trade your Rivens, and pretty much you could trade anything there, but I'm focused on Rivens as they are the best way in this game to make platinum. As you can see, I've made like 21,000 platinum as of now. I've made like 300,000 plus throughout my entire career in Warframe. So Rivens really are the way to make platinum. Anyway, that's pretty much everything for the... Oh no, actually, there's one more thing for trade chat. If you go into gameplay options, you'll see the region. You can switch between Europe, Eastern Europe and Russia, Asia, Oceania, Auto Detect, and North America. The 2 main regions you want to hop between are North America and Europe, as these are going to have the most amount of traders. Depending on your time zone, you'll want to be at Europe in the daytime in GMT, which, as you can see, there's loads of people in Europe right now, and there's not as many people in North America, and you want to be in North America when it hits around later in the day, GMT time. So that's really important for you guys to know. You're going to get double the amount of people selling Rivens and buying Rivens. If you do this, it's going to be just an absolute game changer for you guys. That's pretty much all in trade chat. Let's get into negotiation. I found this guy Teko's Riven here. It's got status chance, melee damage, critical damage, and negative damage to infested. Almost said infected. It's pretty good. The only bad thing is status chance. Melee damage could also be considered because of condition overload, but I'm going to tell him what's your highest offer for it. This is one of my key negotiation tactics. If people say PM offer, I'm sure you see PMO in trade chat a lot. You want to know exactly what they want, and it's hard to know that when they're saying PM offer, as all they want is your offer, right? But this is a great way to find out around the ballpark of what they want for their Riven. So I asked them, what's your highest offer for it? then they'll either do one of two things. They'll give you what their actual highest offer for is, if they actually have an offer, or they'll say what they want for it, right? So that's an amazing little life hack, basically. If you want to find out what someone wants for a Riven, literally just ask them what's your highest offer for it, and or they'll say like, oh, I have no offers for it, in which you have more bargaining leverage. Speaking of bargaining leverage is one of the most important things for trading in Warframe. Now, you might be asking, what is bargaining leverage? I've never heard of bargaining leverage before. It's basically how much power you have in the trade, right? So in most trades, the buyer has the majority of the power, and the seller has only has a lot of power if what they're selling is extremely rare. For example, if we look at this Ogress Riven here, this is a 1-of-1 Ogress Riven. I have all the bargaining leverage with this Riven, as it's literally 1-of-1. So if any collector messages me about it, I know that I could get like up to 100,000 platinum for this thing, potentially, right? With the right buyer. So that means that I have all the bargaining leverage. However, if I'm selling a Riven where it has like very little demand, I don't really have any on me right now. Let's say like this Techo. This guy's selling this. I have all of the bargaining leverage as the buyer. Right, he said getting rid of it for 350. Yeah, I'll probably be able to resell it higher. I just need some space right now. He's right. So it's just sitting on 200 at the minute. So yes, he's got an auction for it going, and as you can see, this is a perfect example of my negotiation tactics working out. He's literally said the highest offer is 200. He's trying to get 350 for it. So here's the thing. For this Riven, I could now say, this is the next negotiation tactic. To get myself some bargaining leverage, I could say, would it be okay if I offer, say, 220p, right? That means that I'm lowballing him. I'm not going to pay the full 350. Let's see what he says to this, because this is quite an interesting negotiation, actually. Yeah, the thing is, there are multiple ways to get bargaining leverage in this game, right? Another way, other than like being the buyer and having these innate bargaining leverage things, like having insanely rare Rivens, another way to create it is by creating a time limit for the person selling / buying. So you want to say, okay, I'm going to offer you this. However, I'm looking at other Rivens. That's another great way to get bargaining leverage, because it shows that you're looking at other Rivens. You've got other options. But on top of that, you want to say, could you please let me know within the next hour? That way, if they're thinking about it, because they will also be trying to get the best amount of platinum for it, right? Just like you're trying to get the cheapest. But that's going to give you bargaining leverage, because then they're either going to say, no, sorry, or they're going to say, yes, okay, I'll take the platinum. And many a time I've had that happen where they say, yes, please, I'll take the platinum. And that's really good. That's an interesting Serrata Riven as well. I'll say, yo, how much for the Serrata? Since he didn't say PMO or anything like that, this guy said, well, I will keep it in mind in case someone else interested, but selling it for 220 directly, not yet. Here's where I'm going to showcase my next bargaining tactic, which is I'm also looking at some other Rivens right now. So please let me know as soon as possible. Right? So I've literally given him a time limit. I've said that I've got other options waiting for me. And for all he knows, I could only have 200 platinum. 220, right? So he said, I see you around quite often anyway, so I can let you know if you want in case I get any other offers. Alright, thanks. So basically, this shows that it is more likely that he might take my offer at some point in the future, whereas if I just left it, he would have probably just taken someone else's offer. I'll do an update in the comments section on whether I actually got the Riven or not, but I think that's a pretty good showcase of some negotiation tactics that I've done. I've gained bargaining leverage by giving him a good offer. I've managed to give myself the best possible chance to get the best possible price for this Riven. Another big thing about negotiation is you want to be very nice. I'll say, you too, and have an amazing day. And I always put a love heart as well. It really helps to be nice. Like, you get repeat buyers, you get repeat sellers. It helps a lot to be nice to people. So be nice, be very polite, and you will prosper in this game. Okay, negotiation is a key thing. It will help you to get more platinum. It will help you to sell things for more platinum and also buy things for cheaper. So that is going to be all for today's video on negotiation and trade chat. Hope you guys learned something new. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about the video. Tell your friends about the series. Help them make some platinum too. And without further ado, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.
This time you crossed the